Hi my darlings, and we're back with another little review where today we're going to be looking at Mastermind Creations Omne. This is their idea of what a masterpiece cosmos might look like. We're going to have a little look at how he looks in robot mode, how he transforms to a saucer, what his articulation's like, what I don't like. So if you wouldn't mind dropping me a like and a subscribe, please, it really helps this little channel grow. Otherwise, let's get on with it. So, this is the very fella, Cosmos himself. Let me give you a little tour all the way around him. So he definitely looks the part, doesn't he? There's no mistaking him. That's Cosmos. He is a chunky little boy. Isn't he lovely? Now, Mastermind Creations always, in my experience, do good work. I've never had one of their toys that I actually hated. Some of them are better than others. Some of them are fantastic, some of them they're just fine. This guy is a decent build quality, particularly around his feet and legs down here. So these bits here, this is completely metal. There's no plastic in any of this. This means he's nice and weighty. He stands up entirely on his own merits there. That all die cast underneath. Very nice. No notes there. This top half is also metal, which would be the, what would that be? That would be like the top of his shoulders or something. He has all the usual joints you would expect from such a lovely model. I'm loath to call him a toy. He's more of a sort of a model dolly than anything. So you can wiggle his head, make him look very quizzical, so he can go roar. His head can spin all the way around. He can look up a bit, and he can look down. Ooh. About that much. He's not really looking down, he's just looking straight ahead. When we come to his shoulders, you can twist them up like that, so that's what, about 70 degrees-ish? He has a double-jointed elbow, like that. So yeah, that looks nice. He looks like he can challenge someone to a decent arm wrestle. He has a little twist in here at his elbow/bicep. We can do that. And that, of course, twists all the way around. You can twist his arm right the way around, 360 degrees like that. Does not want to stay in place. We'll get onto this shortly, don't worry. And then when it comes to his hand can twist all the way around, 360 degrees. You have a little thumb joint there on a ball, so that's nice. And then you get 4 independently moving fingers. They only have the one knuckle right there. Otherwise, that's very nice. You know what I'm like? I like Transformers with decently articulated hands. There's no reason not to. When we come down to his midsection here, you can spin him right the way around, 360 degrees. He has a little bit of an ab crunch. So that's normal. That's a tiny bit of ab crunch. When it comes to his legolas down here, let's get out of the way. You can move his leg up, effectively 90 degrees. It doesn't go back 90 degrees, though. It only goes back to about... there. So it's not far off. Not far off. Oh, actually... oh, I don't want to force it. It might well go the full 90. It's very close, but not quite. When it comes to his knee there, can go back and give you 90 degrees. And when we come down to his feet will wiggle for posability. They can go forward, like that. Or they can go backwards, like that. Isn't that pleasant? Let's set him back the way he was. I'll tell you for here, and I'll tell you for now. I like the robot mode. His robot mode is beautiful. I like the saucer mode, for the most part. Oh dear, here we go. There's more of this to come, don't worry. I like the saucer mode as well. I think they're both really nice. Good UFO, good robot. I think the transformation is not great. We'll get onto that. Let's in fact look at that right now. I'll add this though. His transformation does have the most adorable little surprise that it had me smiling for an hour afterwards. So we're going to start with his arms out here. Now these obviously are going to be the side of his little UFO form. What we're going to do is we're going to come in here. this is on a double hinge, like that. There we go. And then we're going to ball his fist up and give it a little rotate, like that. And now we can bring his fist down, around and inside. And these little bits, he doesn't come with a gun, by the way, because Cosmos doesn't have a gun as far as I know in any of the media in which he's been portrayed. But he does have these little things. They're part of they're the rockets for his UFO mode. So he's got those. That's something. And as far as these bits go, we're gonna kind of leave it like that just for now. So that's good. That's one arm, all sorted out. This arm is the exact same. There we are now. So that's both of his arms all sorted out. What I think we'll do now is we'll join his feet together. And what we're going to do now is we're going to come to his underside here, his sort of hip crotch type area. And we are going to unhook it like that. So you see again, it's on a double hinge, and these two bits here just tab into these bits here. They don't tab with like a clunk or a click or anything like that. They just kind of push and squidge, and then they stay closed. So, you know, there's that. If you're expecting a click, certainly my one didn't click. What we're going to do now is we're going to come to the bit that I really, really don't like. Okay, so his head and this inner piece here are one piece. And this part here, that moves up and down, depending on how you orient his arms. On paper, that sounds great. It sounds absolutely dynamite. In practice, it is very, very annoying. What we'll do is the first thing that you do is open these little chest doors. Ooh. Oh, I don't like doing this. Oh, I don't like doing this at all. So you've got a little nub there that you can use. Ooh. You can see the plastic there is starting to bend and flex as we go about doing this, and I don't know, I can see that on paper this is a great way to run a railroad. In practice, you can see there, this bit is starting to pop out of where it should be. I don't like it. I don't like it. What we will do now is we'll take his arm, which is also on a slider, so his chest opens up that way and his arm comes around this way. And this arm also comes around this way. And then this whole lot goes up like that, and his little head disappears inside. So let's show you that in in slowish motion. There we go. Ooh, up he goes. Getting this to come up and actually, right, so when you're going from saucer mode to robot mode and you bring his head up like that, this whole lot is meant to click, and it doesn't really click. The instructions say that you should pull on his head to make them click. It's not so good. I don't like pulling on his head. I don't like anything about this. So yeah, that's meant to go up and click into place like that. In practice, it's just kind of a tangle. All right, so we're going to bring his head back down, and all of this can then go. You see, now it doesn't quite want to go back up again. Oh, this is awful. Oh, dang him. Right, make sure his arms are forward. And no, it's not having it. Oh, man. Oof. Wow. Come on, little Cosmos, you can do it. Right. Arm forward. Oh, because this is the other thing, his arms in whatever, whether you're transforming him like this, or if he's in robot mode, his arms keep trying to slide forward because they just don't lock in any serious way. Right, make sure his arms are forward. Now, this should all come down where it belongs. Come on, Cosmos. Oh. Oh. That's got it. Oh man, I do not like that. I do not like that one tiny, tiny little bit. Okay, so that's down where it should be. And we lock this in place by taking this rim here and just giving it a little twist. Isn't that nice? His head now won't go down anymore. So now we're going to come to the back and fold up this little flap here. He does have two little appendages here. You can either have a little sort of yellow square, or you can have these sort of little gun zapper things. One of the zapper things has just popped out where I've been messing with it. I'll find it later. So we've now got the upper bit of the saucer done. We can bring one arm in, round, and the other one round and in. And this is the next part of him that I don't like. The instructions are very, very unclear on what it is exactly you're supposed to do with these shoulders. You see, you've got one joint there, and another joint there, and then you've got a little cavity in there. So it's just a question of trial and error, moving this around until you get it into a configuration where his saucer mode kind of works and makes sense. I think we want it to look like this. There, that's got it. So, a little rounded bit facing backwards, the bit that has the concave element facing forwards, and now this whole little thing kind of does sort of what it's supposed to, like that. Let's do this one. So, and now his arm will just slot nicely and happily into the side. Cool, so now he looks a bit like that. Let's make sure these doors are opened up and extracted all the way where they should be. We then come to the underside here, and we bring all of that out like that. And if you observe underneath, we have got two little slots, two little tabs, and those two are going to go together and be happy ever after. We're going to come to the back of his legs, back of his feet, and fold out that, fold out that, fold out that, and fold out that. And now what we can do is fold his feet to point down, and his hips don't quite want to go. What are you snagging on, my darling? I see, yeah. So we have to twist at the hip here to get these pointing forwards. Pointing forwards. Join back together. Bring this up. Round. Get his arm out of the way. Oh no. Oh, Lord have mercy on us all. And collapse that up. I've transformed this guy so many times and he's still like this. I don't know what to tell you. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so this wants to come up like that. Get these panels out the way. Make sure all this is up nice and in. Make sure this bit is tabbed into the back, which it currently is not. Why are you not tabbed in? Right, found the problem. It's this little part here that's part of his hip when he's in robot mode. You just need to go, boop. That was what was stopping it. That was what was causing it to catch. So now that all goes up in. His feet fold up where they should be. This hip part goes up and tabs into the back. There. We can bring this up. This tab is going to go into that slot, like that. That helps secure the general effort. Same thing there. Fold that, fold that. Give him a good old squeeze. Now we can fold his arms back down where they should be. Right, which means these guys are now wrong. See, it's the transformation that keeps on giving, isn't it? Alright then. Oh, damnation. That's... Oh, dear God. He's just the absolute worst. Okay, we've finally gotten his arm twizzled round to where it needs to go. You don't want to see it, I don't want to show you. It's time-consuming and annoying, so that all tabs in there, that tabs in there, that folds up, that folds up. We come round to the back here, and these little bits that were part of his arms, they are just going to go around there and lock in. 1 and 2. This bit has come out, so let's make sure that's tabbed. The arm has come out, let's make sure the arm is tabbed back in. So on my one, this side tabs in fine, this side only sort of just tabs in. It doesn't really tab in any serious way. Let's put that out where it should be. And that's now come out again. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, that is everything. So we'll come to the front here. I'm just going to use a little tool to get in and fold out his little zapper cannons. There, so we can fold out his little zapper cannons up at the front. And if we come to the underside, he even has tiny little UFO landing gear. So you can do that, and then pull this last one out there. And he has the ability to land down on planet Earth. Isn't that nice? And you must have seen by now, but we have a tiny window right up at the front, and within that tiny window, we have got Blaster. Isn't that a lovely little detail? That honestly made me smile for an hour after I saw it. At the back, Bumblebee. How absolutely beautiful is that? I was so pleased with that when I saw it. That was really, really nice. So yeah, that's his UFO mode. His UFO mode is lovely. Once it's together, it pretty much stays together. It's fine, really. It looks the part. I really like it. The robot mode looks the part. Oh my good grief, that transformation though. It must have been absolute dynamite on paper, and just in practice, it sucks. His arms suck. His chest sucks. Everything about that transformation freaking bites. Is it made better by the fact that you can come to the top here and just open the little door and get in and see Blaster piloting, or Bumblebee stood at the back there? Yeah, I won't lie, it is made a little bit better by that, but still, that is a dreadful, dreadful transformation. If you look in the window, you can also see the base of Cosmos's head poking through there and just sitting atop Blaster's head like a little hat. If you wanted to get this guy, he's available right now. I recommend, if you do get him, I don't know, maybe I've just got a duff copy, maybe I'm just stupid and I'm not working it out. The instructions weren't a lot of help with things like the shoulder orientation and just getting everything to lock in. He looks lovely in either mode. Getting him from one to the other is just diabolical. Have you picked up this guy? What do you think of him? Am I upside down on this and it's actually really easy to transform and I'm just missing it? Let me know in the comments, and also let me know what you might be interested in my reviewing next. Drop a like and subscribe if you fancy, and you have a wonderful weekend. Bye everybody.